beautiful.
Back in this thing.
This thing never has disappointed me one bit. I mean, how can you go wrong with Porsche's fastest SUV? I mean, it is actually the fastest SUV in the world around the Nürburgring, faster than a Z06 Corvette.
So we're trading one Porsche
Yes.
for another.
Yes, he picked up a really special edition GT3RS. I believe it's only got a couple 100 miles on it. We're gonna go drop this one off for him, pick up the other one. Automotive addicts, here we come. It's just like the sexiest car on the face of the planet right now, in my opinion. Just pulled up to the automotive addiction. And how do I get in? It's the password.
This is actually really interesting.
There it is, see? This is the secret knock. Good word. It's all about the secret knock. This is what I think his final goal is. Voodoo Blue UB. Matching Voodoo Blue GT3RS. Mac Toys knows how to do it. It's O.J. Simpson's Bronco. This is the one he ran from the police in.
All sorts of goods. We got Eleanor in here.
Oh yeah, what's up, Eleanor? Other sick cars they have in here. Ooh, they got an SLS. It's like the one that we have at the shop. It's got the gull wing doors. Classic Ferrari. That would be so much fun to drive.
That would be. I'm curious how it sounds. Oh, look at that.
Probably 80s, 90s. It's too many to keep track of. I forgot what it's actually called, but this is one of EDR's cars. He had a different one, and he just picked this one up. He raves about them though. He says they're just absolutely incredible to drive, but look how neat this paint job is done. This is a full carbon fiber shell here, and look how they did this fade into the silver. That is neat. That's done really, really well to get that fade to look as good as it is. Street legal though. Don't rip it around. Put your helmet on. A pair of jeans would ruin that seat real fast.
Paint job on this, 25 grand.
That's not as expensive as some of the cars I've seen. And that Lamborghini we have down there was a $40,000 option paint job. That interior though. Oh dude, she's not even been touched yet. Full paint protection back on it, and it'll probably just be back down here sitting in your warehouse again. 273 miles, it still smells like a brand new Porsche!
What year did you say this is?
I think it's a 16. The manufacture date, tricky to find.
316.
16. Key goes in the ignition.
How excited are you to drive this?
Level 10. This is a 273 mile GT3RS from 2016. I mean, this car was like the car in 2016 when it came out. I mean, you redline at 9,000 RPM. This is like meant for the race track.
What is that?
Keeps you at pit speed.
Oh.
So they'll hold it and won't let you speed through the pits.
That's legit.
Yeah.
Well, full send.
Let's go drop off and pick up some more cars. Pulled up to my boy Mac Toys house, and we just finished up this TRX in full satin paint protection. He just explained to me that somebody already backed into him. You can see we've got damage on this ABS plastic, which now I can just buy this part, but we also have damage here. If we wouldn't have put the satin paint protection on this car, that would have gone right into the paint. That would have ruined this entire bedside, and you would have been re-spraying this truck bed just to fix that. Now all I have to do is buy a new piece of plastic, rip this piece on, put a new piece on, and he's out of here. Where if this needed to go to a body shop and get repainted and they needed to do it the right way, they've got to pull this whole thing apart, and you would have been out your truck for at least a week and a half, 2 weeks at a good body shop. But right now with the way everything's going, it might have been longer. So again, we'll be able to get him back in, buy a new part, and be done.
Yeah, that's huge saver.
Dude, so happy this thing got done. This is the baddest truck though. Went into GT3RS and it's only 3 minutes of a different time. You might as well take the Alpine loop.
Might as well.
You're already here. Does that look like it's got the right amount of turns in it?
Yep, that sounds like the right course for us to
like
go.
That's the right amount of turns that you need to take this car on. So pretty.
You're not even really stepping on it, and it just sounds so good.
This is the one thing an electric car will never be able to replace.
No.
It's so pretty.
Is it stock exhaust?
Oh yeah.
Gosh, that sounds amazing.
You can't get over that noise.
No.
I mean, we get in this argument all the time with Joe at the shop that like naturally aspirated's better sounding than turbo. That's such a hard argument because I don't know. I think this is Porsche boxer engine. I still think sounds better naturally aspirated.
Yeah.
Although they do sound cool turbo.
That is the thing. Like both of them sound, they're very unique in their own way.
It's interesting how much that turbocharger, two of them, changes the exhaust so much. I mean, it does make sense. It's sitting right on the exhaust.
Yeah.
But being that it's a similar engine, even though they are different. It's so beautiful.
That's something else.
Dude, all motor Porsche noises. Is there anything better? Oh, the sound that it makes above 8,500 RPM.
It just keeps going.
It doesn't want to stop. This car handles too well.
Way too well.
Dude, it's insane how stuck it is to the road. Naturally aspirated car is definitely where you start if you want to get into the turns fast.
Yeah.
It's so different because you can still have your foot into the acceleration, where if you have a high horsepower turbo car, you got to be an experienced driver, or else you're gonna wreck. Where this gives you the opportunity to learn how to drive. It's the best part, isn't it?
It is. There's so many elements of amazing with this car.
I love how hard it shifts.
Just even that kick, it's like the camera just goes.
Oh, it's so awesome. So that's also the one thing that I'm not happy with, how technically advanced these newer cars are getting. As you get into the next generation of even this car, the GT3RS,
Yeah.
that shift is so much smoother. They've refined the PDK, they've made it work that much better, which is neat, but then it's not. Same with the Lamborghinis, like the Gallardo, you hard shifted it, you felt it, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And now it's like the transmission's so perfect that it doesn't feel like you're doing anything crazy anymore.
It does take a little bit of that fun away for sure.
That doesn't ever go away in fun though.
No.
Downshifting
No.
with a PDK. I love you, car.
This thing is freaking.
You know, 15 years ago when I started this company with 4 boxes of window film in a 1987 POS Honda Accord tinting out of people's garages.
Yeah.
I mean, I dreamt about getting to this position to where I got to pick up really rad people's cars, take them back to my shop, and perform our duties on them. But I would have never thought that we had got to this point where there's 20 of us working inside of a building trying to perform art on every single vehicle. It's pretty astonishing to me that it's been able to grow to this type of extent.
It's awesome.
Off of me not wanting to work for anybody 15 years ago and buying 4 boxes of film and hustling. Fun fact, all your RS Porsches are rear-wheel drive. You didn't know that. Only the Turbo 911s are all-wheel drive. And then your 4S and, you know, a couple of Carreras, but...
Yeah, it's time to get this thing protected.
Yes. Definitely, with its 320 miles on it.
Finished up Mac Toys, protected his GT3RS. That voodoo blue looks so good protected now.
What do you think, Chance?
I think gloss.
What do we have here, though?
This is some stealth fancy film we got here. I don't know. It might make that pearl pop out. We'll see.
Yeah, I got it on side right now. Yeah.
So just a little test fit?
Yeah, just kind of do a little section on here, see if it makes that pearl pop out at all. Well, it kind of does. I thought it would mute it.
Yep.
Gloss might be the move.
Gloss is
Gloss
the move.
is definitely the move.
That's
for
a
sure.
I'm doing is some windshield protection.
This is not tint.
This is not tint. Although it does have a UV stable in it, so it does protect against heat somewhat. Definitely still doesn't do as good of a job as window tint does, but it protects you from rock chips, which we all know here in Utah that rock chips on your windshield is a very big problem.
All wrapped up, Dylan?
All wrapped up with this beautiful green machine. It turned out awesome. Make sure you stay tuned next week for some more fun. Just like, comment, subscribe, so stay tuned. You guys have a good one.